Welcome students in our new session of Science Part 2. In that we will discuss about very essential life process which we call as a cell division. Basically this cell division is very important property of cell or living organism. Due to this property only a new organism is formed from existing one. Means whatever the organisms like animals or plants, they reproduce only with the help of cell division. Or a multicellular organism grows up and emaciated body can be restored. Means the growth of multicellular organism also depends upon the cell division. Basically this cell division, it is divided into two important portions which we called as a mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis occurs in somatic cells and stem cells of the body, while meiosis occurs in gametic cells or germ cells in the body. One thing you should keep in your mind that before any type of cell division, the cells doubles up its chromosome number present in its nucleus. Example, if chromosome number is 2n initially, then at the time of mitosis, it is doubles up to form 4n number of cells. So one by one, we will discuss about meiosis and mitosis. Basically, mitosis is a part of cell cycle. When replicated, the chromosomes are separated into two new nuclei. Cell division gives rise to genetically identical in which the number of chromosome is maintained. Means after the cell division or mitosis, it will give rise to the genetically identical cells, and the number of chromosomes which are initially participated, that number of chromosomes are maintained throughout the cycle. In general mitosis, division of the nucleus is preceded by a stage of interphase. It is very initial stage of mitosis. DNA is replicated and is often accompanied or followed by cytokinesis. Cytokinesis means that is a division of cytoplasm, which divides the cytoplasm organelles and cell membrane into two new cells containing roughly equal shares of these cellular components. So these are the rough diagram or the rough phases or process throughout the mitosis. Mitosis basically divided into two portions, that is karyokinesis and cytokinesis. Karyons or karyokinesis means that is related with the nuclear membrane or nucleus. Karyokinesis is nothing but it is a division of nucleus, while cytokinesis it is a division of cytoplasm and rest of the cell organelles. This karyokinesis or the nuclear division is divided into four different stages. One is called as a prophase, metaphase, Anaphase and Telophase. So one by one we will discuss about these stages. So in this figure, if you concentrate on it, in prophase the condensation of basically thin thread-like chromosome starts. As we know, the chromosomes, they are the thin thread-like structure and their condensation starts initially. Due to this, they become short and thick and they start to appear along with their pairs of sister chromatids. As soon as their length will be shortened, they start condense, their width it will become increase, and distinctly we can say see the chromosomes under microscope. Pairs of sister chromatids. Centrioles duplicate and each centriole moves to opposite poles of the cells. And most important, that is a nuclear membrane and nucleolus start to disappear. After that, the metaphase comes, as we had seen in the figure. the nuclear membrane completely disappears. Chromosomes complete their condensation and becomes clearly visible along with their sister chromatids. So sometime the question will be asked that whenever the process of nuclear membrane disappearing starts, so it is a prophase, and when as we had discussed here, there is a complete clarity or when the nuclear membrane completely disappear, that is a metaphase. Chromosomes complete their condensation and become clearly visible along with their sister chromatids. All chromosomes are arranged parallel to equatorial plane, as we had seen here in the figure, that the all chromosomes, they are arranged parallel to equatorial plane or at the center plane of the cell. Special type of flexible protein fibers, which we call as spindle fibers, are formed between the centromeres of each chromosome and both centrioles. Okay, so you can just observe the figure, and whatever I had told you will understand in this figure. Okay, so next step, which we called as a anaphase. In anaphase, centromeres split and thereby sister chromatids of each chromosome separate and they are pulled apart in opposite direction with the help of spindle fibers. Separated sister chromatids are called as a daughter chromosomes. Chromosomes being pulled appear like a bunch of banana. In this way, each set of chromosome reach at two opposite poles of the cell. Okay, so this is the third stage during the karyokinesis. Now, the fourth one and last step in the karyokinesis, that is the chromosome which have reached at opposite poles of the cell now start to decondense, due to which they again become thread-like, thin and invisible. As we had discussed in the prophase, that in prophase what we had seen, they will become thick and they are distinctly visible because of the condensation process. And here exactly the reverse process of condensation, which we called as a decondensation, and because of decondensation process they will become thin and become invisible. Most important thing, that is a nuclear membrane is formed around each set of chromosomes reached at poles, and thus two daughter nuclei are formed in a cell. Nucleolus also appears in each daughter nucleus. Spindle fibers completely disappear. So whatever we had seen in meta and anaphase, that there is a formation of spindle fibers, and these spindle fibers, they completely disappear. So here the karyokinesis, that is a division of nucleus, that will complete. Then it is followed by the next process or the second stage in the mitosis, which we called as a cytokinesis. In cytokinesis, the cytoplasm divides and two new daughter cells are formed. A notch is formed at the equatorial plane of the cell. So what we had seen here, this is a notch from both the ends. So such type of notch is formed and at the equatorial planes of the cell, and which deepens gradually. It will become more and more, and thereby two new cells are formed. Basically, in plant cell, instead of a notch, a cell plate is formed exactly along the midline. Means, as we had seen here, at the equatorial plane, the notch is formed. In case of plant cells, the cell plate is formed at the middle region, and it will divide the material into two halves, and that will complete the cytokinesis. So friends, this will complete our mitosis. Again, I will repeat, it will consist of 4 stages: prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase, which is followed by cytokinesis. Thank you friends.